He's big, he's strong, comes across as dumb, but to the perceptive person, he's really not so dumb. Able to open hydraulic blast doors with his bare hands, crush weapons of steel in his bare hands. Is he bulletproof or not? There was a Craigslist casting call for Ponderous for a movie Bad Mojo Project. And when I first answered it, I was to be a part of 30 to 50 people in a bar. We're all vampires. The vampire hunters come to see us. But unfortunately, no one showed up. There were only 5 of us that showed up to be vampires. So our brilliant director slash writer slash cameraman decided to give each one of us a featured fight scene with one of the vampire hunters instead. When we wrapped on shooting that, Brett approached me, said, well, how do you like working with us? I said, this is great. Would you consider working with us again? Yeah, I would. That right there was probably the biggest single break I've had in my entire career. My next project was the ballerina. That's the first time I found out about perfect, let's do it again. Because my first take on the second scene I had to do with him, he said, that was perfect. Now let's do it again. I said, what? That's perfect. Yeah, you were gonna. Don't mess with it.
Hey, clean this up. But hey,
Huh?
with respect.
Yeah, okay. I'll stick a flag in his ass and salute as he falls to the river.
I like it. Do that.
From there, the Innocence Saga. Pussies. It's about betrayal. God, there's a lot of betrayal. There's loyalty, even though some of it's misplaced. There's sometimes you don't know who to be loyal to.
I've been thinking about this.
It reaches into the core of everybody. Anyone that there's not a person that can watch the saga and not see themselves in 2 or 3 different parts of that. They're going to relate to it somewhere. There's no one that can sit there and watch the entire saga and say, you know what? I don't relate to anything in that.
You're my man.
Yeah, okay, but don't say it like that, all right? It makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, whatever you say.
I was so enthused about everything. Anytime something needed to be done, I jumped up, I worked on it. As we're shooting, Amanda says, I need mercs. I gotta find some mercs. Can you find some mercs? I said, oh yeah, I can find you mercs. So she asked me for a few mercs, and I brought her a lot of them. That was enough to impress Amanda. She started calling on me for extras. So I became extras casting about halfway through the Innocent Killers. And during the course of the Innocent Killers, Brett says, we're going to film all 10 of these. This is going to be a 10-film epic. And we're going to do them all in 1 year. And I'm like, wow, 10 films in 1 year. I got to be part of this. Win, lose, draw. If it fails, the fact that I was part of it is still going to be a stupendous thing. And of course, once I was a part of it, I'm here. I'm going to do everything I can to make it succeed. We are going to finish this. You know, if we don't do it, it's not going to be my fault. I'm going to do everything I can. At that point, I had not learned that much. So I didn't have all this, you can't do this, you can't do that. Things have to be done this way. Like a bumblebee. That's what I was. I was like a bumblebee. Can't fly. Too stupid to know it, so do it anyway. If I have to play 30 different mercs wearing a ski mask, I don't care. If we complete 10 films in 1 year, there's no way this is a failure. I came into the Ponderous universe late. This was something that was conceived of over 20 years ago by a little high school nerd. There are superheroes. There are supervillains. Donovan, if that's not the epitome of a supervillain, no one is. You sit there and you watch After the Day 2. Serial Rabbit's working zombie patrol, wearing a SWAT vest. He pops up in the strangest places. And a lot of this, in a way, it's a joke. But if you really are someone who gets into the whole universe concept, It's not a joke. Just those little things, they tie it all together. If you have a dream, follow it. And that applied to anything. And that's pretty much the Ponderous method. Brett had a vision of the saga. He had a dream of the saga. And he knew that it had to be done. This whole 1 year thing, so, well, why would you shoot 10 films in 1 year? There's no other way to do it. You cannot shoot one a year, one every 2 years. Your characters are going to change so much. You're going to lose cast members. You're going to have to recast so many people. And it wouldn't work. You can't sit there and do the impossible by following conventional methods.
Do you believe in anything? Anything at all?
No, I doubt everything. That's what made me a good cop.
You were a suck cop.
You be the writer, the director, the cameraman, the editor, who is every day editing on this project, every day having to do rewrites because actors don't show up. One actor not showing up on a set can screw your whole day. It's either send everybody home, which really makes for bad moods, or change a scene right around it. Something.
No, I'm changing that line a little bit. Sorry we're late. We got here as fast as we could. And then that way that leads into what about Ruby?
Okay. So we're there?
Yeah. Sorry.
We're micro budget. It's all out of Brett's pocket, Amanda's pocket, Brad's pocket, some out of mine. Mostly my contribution was time and props that I had. It's everybody involved in the movie pitches in. We all get together. We just pitch in.
Yeah, we're in the fourth movie now.
Got it.
You do not know what film you're working on. You've got your script. Due to secrecy, actors only knew their own lines. There were very few people privy to the entire script of the saga. So you're just going in, okay, what am I wearing? Okay, I'll bring that. So your wardrobe, you didn't know what you were going to be wearing until Brett said, all right, this is what you're wearing. Okay, which movie is this? It's one of them. So it kept you confused. And for me, I love it. Because that way, when I walk into the theater to see the film, someone can't go, what's happening next? It's like, hell, I don't know. We filmed stuff I thought we were shooting for number 3. Come to find out, it was a number 1.
You can do this.
Stuff is very confusing. From an actor standpoint, it was extremely confusing. When I became a producer, guess what? It was still confusing. But part of that's my fault because I refused to read the scripts. I don't know how Brett Mauser managed to keep all this straight, and he did it 90% in his head, if not more. I really don't believe that it can be done if you have a separate editor, separate director, separate writer, separate cameraman. Part of what made the saga possible was the fact that all those hats were worn by the same man. Brett is able to edit in the camera. He's right there if something needs to be changed. When it's all one person, it's easier to do that than if you have 4 or 5 different people doing it. And that's why everybody said it was impossible. Under those circumstances with separate people wearing all those hats, it would be impossible. I truly believe that the reason we were able to do this is because we had one talented person doing all the jobs.
It's like a fucking magic trick.
I think we got it.
You know what? I think we did.
I'm happy with the saga. I'm proud of the saga. Someone says, what are you most proud of since you've been in the film business? No matter what other films I do, I was a part of the saga. And not just part of the saga. I didn't work in one film. I didn't work in 2 films. I worked all 10 films of the saga. I'm proud of the Ponderous Universe. I'm more than proud to be a part of it. I cannot thank Brett and Amanda enough for bringing me into it and keeping me in it. When you do the impossible, nothing can top it.